Hey everyone, I hope you had a good weekend. We're going to be going over what's coming up in week 5 in this video. So let me go ahead and pull up that week 5 module. So you can see we are done with the parlor. So we are transitioning into choosing a topic for the extended inquiry project. And this takes up the next several weeks of the course, most of the rest of the course, in fact. And it culminates in that reader's guide assignment. So I had you look at that last week just so you know what's on the horizon. And as long as you're keeping up with what's due each week, you are basically working on that reader's guide. Okay. So the first step in the research process is to come up with a guiding question that's going to start you on your research. So I had you look at that assignment, the guiding question infographic assignment last week, and it's not due this week, but you'll start working on it this week, and it is due on Monday the 14th. Okay, so on Monday, what you're working on are 2 activities that lead into this discussion post that you'll make. So the first activity you're doing is the curiosity and inquiry-based research activity. Okay, so you're reading this passage, and then I ask you to write these reflections. You're not turning those in. Okay, so you should do that in your own document that you just keep and hold for yourself. I would suggest having a folder set aside for the class, so that you have access to it when it's time for the portfolio at the end of the semester. You may want to refer back to it. So you have 2 short reflections there that you should do on your own after looking over the information on this page. And then you are reading Research Starts with Answers from our textbook. Okay, you don't need to turn anything in on this page, but you need to read it in order to do the next post that you'll make. So this discussion post has 3 components. The first one, you're talking about what you took away from that first activity. You'll be talking about the main point in Research Starts with Answers. And then I want you to generate a list of 10 questions or research topics that have been most interesting to you. So looking through all that you have done so far this semester, in terms of the readings, the TED Talks, and anything that you've written about or that other students have written about is fair game for possible research topics. So think of all of that as a kind of launching pad into other research topics for the extended inquiry project. Okay, so you're making that list, and that's what you're doing for Monday. Then on Wednesday, you'll notice that you're going to choose a topic. Okay, so you will reply to this with a possible topic or topics. So if you have more than one that you're tossing around, more than one idea that you're tossing around, go ahead and put them both up there, because you'll be getting feedback for your ideas on Friday. So as you know, you've been making lists of topics and questions through those syntheses that you've turned in. So you can go back and look over people's responses there. Make sure that you're choosing a topic that you're truly interested in. No matter how small you may think it is, it's probably not too small. So for example, there are entire books written on emojis and the subject of emojis. So something as simple as the emojis have had several whole books written on them. So whatever has sparked your interest, that's what you want to lean into for choosing your topic. Okay, and you want to post it as a question. And there's some guidelines here for how to do that. You want to make sure that your question doesn't have a simple answer or one that could be answered with a yes or no. So there's some examples there. Okay, so you're going to post them here, and then on Friday, you're going to respond to just the people in your research groups possible inquiry project questions. So you will know who is in your research group on Monday. Okay, so I'm going to send out this information. You will get an invitation to a Google folder that just your research group and I have access to. So there will be between 4 and 5 people in each group, and you'll be working on them with them throughout the entire inquiry project as you work on your reader's guide. And so you're going to respond to the questions that they had just by hitting reply on that post, the Choose a Research Topic post. Also keep in mind that group members are going to eventually reflect back on how engaged you were in giving feedback throughout the entire project. So that can affect your grade as well if you're not involved in giving the feedback. Okay. So again, you will get a notification. You should look in your UNCC email for an invitation from me to join a Google folder. And in that Google folder is where you should start your Google drawing for the infographic. Okay, it's just easier if you start it in the folder rather than trying to move it there afterward. So also on Friday you have another studio, the peer review studio. So this is really important in understanding the foundations for how peer review operates in this class, and really how peer review should work at the university level. So it's a little bit different than what you may have been used to in the past. All right, so that's it for this week. Please, let me know if you have any questions, any class questions. Go ahead and post them to the Ask the Professor forum. And I hope you all have a great week.